A man suddenly wakes up inside a mysterious cube-shaped room. Each wall has a hatch that leads to another identical room. Confused and disoriented, he opens one of the hatches and steps into a red-colored room. The moment he enters, square-shaped spikes shoot out from the walls, brutally impaling him and ripping out a cube-shaped chunk of his body. The scene shifts to another identical cube room, where three strangers, Yuichi Goto, Shinji Oki, and a young boy named Chiharu Uno, are trying to understand where they are and how they got there. None of them remember anything. Suddenly, another man named Hiroshi I joins them, carefully tossing a shoe into the room to test for danger before stepping in. Shortly after, a woman named Asako Kai also arrives. As Hiroshi opens a ceiling hatch, the dead body of the man from earlier falls down into the room, horrifying everyone. In desperation, Shinji tries to move into another room, but Hiroshi stops him. He throws his shoe inside first, and it immediately burns up in intense flames. Hiroshi warns the group that some rooms are rigged with deadly traps triggered by various sensors. Realizing the danger, the group begins testing each new room by throwing a boot inside before entering. Shinji continues asking questions, but Hiroshi quickly loses patience and snaps at him to be quiet. While exploring, they come across an elderly man named Kazumasa Ando, who initially believes they're rescuers. His hope fades when he learns they're just as trapped as he is. Now a group of 6, they continue moving cautiously through the rooms. They start noticing number plates between each hatch, but can't figure out what they mean. At one point, Yuichi tests a room by tossing in his boot, pulling it out quickly and assuming it's safe. They all follow him in, but once the hatch shuts, the lights go out and a sharp metal-bladed fan descends from the ceiling. Panicking, they try to open the hatches, but nothing works. Their only option is to escape through the floor hatch, but Yuichi freezes in fear. Hiroshi pushes him aside, allowing the others to escape just in time. Though they survive, Hiroshi explodes in anger at Yuichi for his careless mistake. While they rest, young Chiharu starts analyzing the numbers between the rooms. Using a shirt button to write on the floor, he performs complex calculations and concludes that the trapped rooms are marked by prime numbers. To test this, Yuichi jumps into a room marked only with even numbers, and thankfully, it's safe. Using Chiharu's theory, they successfully navigate through more rooms. But eventually, they enter one surrounded by trapped rooms on all sides. Desperate, they try to go back, only to find the door behind them is now locked. Tensions rise and Kazumasa blames Chiharu, saying his theory is flawed. Suddenly, Hiroshi discovers that one of the next rooms reacts to sound. The group lines up and moves silently, but Shinji accidentally drops his boot, triggering the trap. Electric laser bars flash across the room, nearly burning Kazumasa alive. Thankfully, the others manage to pull him out just in time, though he suffers a minor leg injury. Furious, the old man scolds Shinji and goes off on a bitter rant about younger generations. Soon after, Chiharu points out a cube-shaped diagram etched into one wall. It suggests all these rooms are part of a giant structure, and there might be an exit somewhere. Before they can discuss it further, gas starts leaking from the walls, forcing the group to flee again. They're confused. This room wasn't marked with prime numbers. But with no answers, they press on. Eventually, they stumble back into the room where the first man's dead body still lies, a chilling realization. Either they've been going in circles or the rooms themselves are moving. Shinji believes the latter. Hiroshi urges them to keep moving. He says he doesn't have much time left. While crossing rooms, Yuichi asks him if someone is waiting for him outside. Hiroshi softly replies, his wife. No matter what, he vows to return to her. At one point, the entire cube shakes violently. During the tremor, Chiharu slips and falls into a trapped room filled with deadly laser beams that lock onto targets and fire. Without hesitation, Yuichi rushes in after him. The two dodge multiple beams, but there's no clear way out. Then, Hiroshi jumps in to save them both. He manages to help Chiharu and Yuichi get back to safety, but tragically, he gets struck by a laser. The beam pierces through his body, killing him instantly. As the group mourns Hiroshi's death, Yuichi studies the numbers again. He realizes they represent Cartesian coordinates, and if they move 4 more rooms along the y-axis, they might reach the edge of the cube, possibly the exit. Motivated by this new theory, they begin following the path Yuichi calculates. During a short break, Kazumasa opens up. He confesses that maybe this place is his punishment, that he's betrayed many people in his life and deserves what's happening to him. But before the others can react, metal bars suddenly rise from the floor, splitting the room in half. Kazumasa and Shinji are now separated from Yuichi, Asako, and Chiharu. Realizing they can no longer continue together, the two men say their goodbyes and head off in a different direction. Yuichi, Chiharu, and Asako continue their journey. Along the way, they enter a room with a large screen. On it plays a painful memory from Yuichi's past. His younger brother, Hiroto, stands on a rooftop, emotionally broken from enduring their father's abuse. Yuichi is seen urging his brother to endure it, to be strong, instead of protecting him. Overwhelmed and hopeless, Hiroto jumps. This haunting memory shatters Yuichi. Racked with guilt, he breaks down, realizing he failed the one person who needed him most. But he swears to not repeat his mistake. He'll protect Chiharu and Asako no matter what. Meanwhile, Kazumasa continues to mock Shinji, expressing his usual contempt for the younger generation. Eventually, Shinji has had enough. While Kazumasa is peering into a hatch, Shinji violently slams it on his head, killing him instantly. Back with the trio, emotions run high. Chiharu lashes out at Yuichi, calling him a coward for not saving his brother. He sees his own story in Hiroto's, revealing his own past abuse. Heartbroken, the boy suddenly opens a floor hatch and attempts to leap into a trapped room, ready to give up. But this time, Yuichi acts. He grabs Chiharu just in time and pulls him back, finally doing what he couldn't do for his brother. As he holds Chiharu, we see the bruises all over the boy's body, painful signs of the trauma he's endured. Suddenly, Asako announces that they've reached the edge of the cube. Peering out through a hatch, they see the vast maze of rooms housed inside a hollow shell, with a visible opening at the bottom, possibly the exit. They also spot a moving room that functions like an elevator. Yuichi calculates its coordinates, and the group sets out for it. On their way, they encounter Shinji, now bloodied and alone. At first, they're relieved, but soon grow suspicious when he claims Kazumasa died in a trap. Though they don't confront him yet, unease builds as they continue toward the exit. Eventually, Shinji betrays them, forcing the trio into a trapped room. There, he confesses the truth, that he killed Kazumasa. When Yuichi asks why, Shinji pours out his resentment. He talks about working at a convenience store, constantly belittled by the elderly boss and customers. That hatred grew inside him, and when Kazumasa insulted him, he snapped. Now, he doesn't want to live, and doesn't want anyone else to either. He lunges at Yuichi, trying to strangle him. In this life-or-death moment, Yuichi sees a flash of his brother Hiroto in his mind. The memory reignites his will to survive. Drawing strength from it, Yuichi fights back and overpowers Shinji. The room's trap activates, and Shinji is killed. With seconds to spare, Yuichi shoves Asako and Chiharu through the exit hatch, sacrificing himself to save them. Chiharu and Asako make it to the elevator room. The platform begins its descent to the base. As they reach the bottom, Chiharu steps out alone. Asako chooses to stay behind. She says she must search for more survivors. Chiharu walks forward into a long corridor filled with light. His fate remains uncertain. Meanwhile, Yuichi regains consciousness in another room. He's badly injured but alive. Even in pain, he refuses to give up hope. Then comes the final twist. Asako is revealed to be a highly advanced cyborg. She's been monitoring the survivors all along as part of a test. In the last scene, she approaches another group of trapped individuals and repeats the exact same line she said before. "Who are you?" With that, the movie ends. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.